Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dean, aka the Blue Crusader, and in today's video I will be exploring the question, what would happen if humans disappeared or went extinct? You may have seen the barren wasteland that is the ruins of Chernobyl and Pripyat, a seemingly post-apocalyptic shadow of its former self after the Chernobyl disaster of the 80s. In fact, this is a great case study to use when thinking of what would happen if human life ceased to exist or came to an unfortunate end of sorts. When looking over photographs of the current state of such places, one is met with abandoned theme parks with metal rusted over time and neglect, overgrown foliage and trees, or whatever is left of them, and dirt-covered buildings, victims of time and the cruel world. But the question here is, what if it was like this across the globe? What if humans suddenly vanished or disappeared off the face of the earth? The first thing we must take into consideration is that all power and forms of electricity are maintained and watched over by humans. Although we are advanced to a certain degree, not everything is automated and controlled by robots or computers. Real human workforces must maintain and uphold these systems. It would most likely be just a matter of hours until all of the lights, especially in the cities, would go offline and fade out. Solar power would outlast other means of power, however. Without human maintenance, solar panels would likely get covered in dust and debris, making them have no effective use. Water and liquid that belong to cooling systems in nuclear power plants will either evaporate or be used up, and there will no longer be any more available. In most cases, safeguards put in place will allow the plants to safely power down and go offline as part of an automated process. If not, then the power plants could be subjected to a series of internal failures, followed by explosions and meltdowns, mirroring catastrophes such as Fukushima or Chernobyl, but on a global scale. Along with the failed coolant systems, there are also water pumps that pump out water from underground man-made train tunnels, preventing the tunnels from flooding and damaging the trains and railing systems from within. Without human operation or maintenance, these pumps would eventually fail to work, and all underground tunnels, such as this, would flood as water is let into them from the outside. A dog is a man's best friend, and maybe a cat is a beloved pet of your grandmother. It is clear at this point that as humans, we have a lot of affection and care for animals, which is why we have domesticated many different kinds of animals over the years to take as pets. After some days or possibly weeks, any pets who have not died of starvation will attempt to adapt by escaping their homes and looking for food, perhaps even forming packs with other dogs and killing smaller dogs or pets for food. Farm animals will most likely die off quite quickly, and most pets and animals will die of starvation or be eaten by others without the human feeding infrastructure available for them. Some years into the future, perhaps 25 to 50, vegetation will take its control and uproot through the man-made pavements and streets in cities and emerge out of their cracks. It will be similar in appearance to the CG elements presented in the opening of the film I Am Legend, as the escaped zoo animals prowl the overgrown vegetation in major cities. Some animals will manage to escape without human maintenance and guarding, however many zoo animals locked in deep housing systems will most likely fail to escape and die in captivity, whereas those that manage to escape will be fewer in numbers as they fail to adapt to the different climate and habitat. Desert cities and locations, however, are not immune to Mother Nature's hold, as major man-made structures and cities, such as Dubai and Nevada's Las Vegas, will fall victim to the sands as the desert takes a hold as the city above falls to its knees. Remember, these cities were built on the desert land and thus will fall to the desert land like the creation process before them. Strange stars will form in the sky some months later after the disappearance of man, as human-built satellites and objects placed in orbit come crashing down out of space and into the sky. Huge structures and landmarks such as the Eiffel Tower and Statue of Liberty, along with any other structures, primarily those built of metal, would slowly start to break apart due to the effects of corrosion, although this would most likely take a few hundred years as rust gathers and corrosion takes its toll on such a structure. Finally, some 10,000 years into the future, without the footprint of man, the only remaining evidence of human existence would be based upon findings of stone structures such as Stonehenge, Mount Rushmore, the Great Wall of China, to name a few. Any other structures would have been the victims of many other factors. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it or learned anything new, then be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for daily factual videos and gaming videos such as Fortnite on the channel. See you next time.